Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We're at 628 Northwest 19th Street here in McMinnville, located at the back of the house. Going through a 4-inch 3034 PVC clean out. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water is running. We're going to zero the foot counter out at the base of the clean out. Some cobwebs off the camera here. We go. That's kind of unique. They started this out in 3034, the green PVC. Generally, you do not see this stuff till you start getting out into right-of-ways and under roads. It's very strong pipe. It's more expensive than other materials. So they usually reserve it for when they have to use it. So now we're into either ABS or HDPE. Back over to 3034, and that right there appears to be the main. Super short little run there. That's like a dream sewer line. Just for instance, your average line out there on your standard home is at least 65 feet or more long. And your entire line here is under grass and dirt. A lot of cool things about that. So one of the rare homes where you flush your toilet, everything will go from point A to point B in one toilet flush. That's very uncommon for the average home. Not to mention if repairs are ever necessary, you're never having to tear a road open or anything of the sort. We're going to go locate really quick here while the line drains off, and we'll pull back in, and we'll run the camera backwards. So far, the line looks great. All right, located the camera head successfully. Line terminates at the rear arbor vitae. A little cobweb hanging down there at the very end of the line is all that is there. At some point in time, this thing got updated. It's likely due to the arbor vitae. Arbor vitae is a pretty notorious tree for getting into lines, but especially older sewer lines. This would have originally had a little bit of cast iron, mostly concrete pipe, which just does not hold up well to roots, unfortunately. Now that right there is about as good as a sewer line can be, and as good as a scope can go. Super, super short line. All of it looks great. Super clean too. And what keeps your line that clean, if you're new to homeownership, habit I highly recommend keeping up on is not putting your greases, fats, and oils down the kitchen sink as much as you possibly can. Grease and cooking oil, this actually has concrete pipe under the home. Okay, so this is what the line used to be made out of. It looks like an addition. So concrete pipe is not supposed to be underneath the house. Looks like an addition was built onto the home here. You have a tie-in that comes in. This must have had an addition put over the top of it. It's hard to tell. At the bottom of the screen right now, which is the top of the pipe, that's either a root or a crack in the top of the pipe. At least that's what it looks like right now. Now we're into cast iron pipe. So generally the way these old homes function is that the cast iron typically will get about 3 to 5 feet, usually it's around 5 feet outside the foundation wall, and then transition over to concrete. That's originally how that would look. Obviously this has been built onto. Yeah, and that thing there is thick enough. That may actually be a root. You can tell there's cobwebs in and amongst it, but some of that thicker, strandy stuff hanging down there looks more indicative of roots. The cast iron pipe here is intact. It's showing a level of roughness to it, but the flow line doesn't look channeled out. You've got some scale buildup in there, which makes your pipe walls rougher. And this right here, it's hard to see it. I think some debris has been diverting back into the clean out. Usually when you hit the dead end of the line like that going backwards, you're running into a clean out access. But when a toilet drops in right next to it, some of it will divert backwards into the clean out and kind of just gunk it up like that. Anyway, I'm gonna go locate and see where we are here, but this is a pipe material that is not supposed to be underneath homes. Okay, so right now I've got a shower running on the far right side of the home, at the bathroom that kind of sits behind the garage or parking area. So we're going to see where that water ties in here in just a moment, but I did go back into the home. This does appear to be underneath the that added on slab foundation living room area. I was getting around 2 foot 10 inches to 3 feet deep there. It's possible you may have, you know, one of the concerns with concrete, because of its proximity to some of the rose bushes along the side of the house, is that some of that could potentially reach underneath the home. Thus far, I'm not seeing a lot of evidence of that. It's a very clean line. You know, it's just hard to know if the line's if it's being maintained from time to time by root cutting. So I'm not seeing a lot of buildup. No blockage evidence from just a pure flow standpoint. The concrete is conveying things through. Yeah, we're going to do a toilet flush on that far side. I have not seen water come through yet from the shower that we're running. Toilet flush I can hear audibly. You got a tie-in right here. If you were to flip this over, that Y is coming in. Yep, there it is right there. Okay. So the toilet definitely routes through that Y connection. That's coming in from that side. The shower, I'm not entirely sure where that's draining. We haven't had any water come through the line yet from it. So they tie that in. I'll locate that Y connection to see if that's under the structure or not. All right, that Y connection does come in underneath the slab floor. So anyway, that's part of the, you know, a little bit of the concern with it is that inevitably you're going to have a branch of pipe that's running over from that other bathroom. I don't know if it too is concrete the entire way or not. So anyway, I recommend an update to the concrete pipe. Under any structure, you're going to have a separate branch of pipe coming from over there, from that bathroom, that comes into here and then ties in. That Y connection comes in about 2 feet or probably just inside the foundation wall there. So if not updated, I would highly recommend keeping an eye on things, just to monitor, watch for any settling issues. I would certainly plan to update at some point, ideally sooner rather than later, just so you don't run the risk of any of those joints opening up. But right now, flow through that area is good. It's clean. I don't see any buildup, but just be aware, sometimes homeowners are aware of their lines and are maintaining them from time to time.